Welcome back, folks. Took a month break, and look, beans are ready to be picked. We picked some beans already. That's like a 7.5 acre field there, and then I picked like another 5 acre field, so I got about 15 acres on, 13, 15, somewhere in there. So far they're doing 60 to 65 bushels an acre, which is pretty good for our land. But right now I want to see if they're ready to be picked tonight. We just got like an inch of rain, or inch and a half of rain not too long ago. But I can tell if the ground's still pretty wet though. So I know right from the get-go I'm going to be dragging dirt with the head. Even though it's got skid plates on it, I'll still probably be dragging if it's a little uneven. But I'll just take a bean here on the bottom and see how easy the pot is to crack open. See, it didn't crack open too bad. That cylinder would bust it open then. And I'll take a bean. Take a bean and see, that one crunched pretty good there. That one actually crunched good. See, I'm not as good as my grandpa at this. My grandpa can tell you exactly what the moisture is on them. And you say, oh, shit, that's 13%. We're good to go. If I were to guess, that one might have been 14 or 15, or maybe it was 12. I don't know. I haven't done enough. I can get in the ballpark, but I'm not exact. But there's like strips. There's this corn strip here, then bean strip, and corn strip, and I ain't go up to that top bean strip. I'm not walking through 36 rows of corn today. I'm just gonna go check that strip, see if that's ready, and then I'll go across the road and then see if that's ready, and then I'll go down the road and see if it's something's ready over there. Different ground type might be ready. You know, this is on a hill. Oh! Easy on the brakes there, buddy. Holy cow. Alright, find a sprayer track to walk up. Beans are really laid over here, though. You can tell how laid over they are, kind of. You know, I don't mind picking laid over beans. Sometimes they feed in better, sometimes they don't. You kind of got to go with the way they're leaning, though. Or go against the way they're leaning, I guess, so they can feed in. But some of it, well, these strips did not get rolled. Just because the beans were starting to come up a little bit. I wasn't too sure. There was a couple fields I did roll with them coming up. The field down the road I rolled when it was coming up. They turned out fine. And then that field I was just in, I rolled some of them with them coming up, and they turned out fine. So I probably could have did it all, but I didn't want to risk it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That one took a little bit to get going. Oh, yeah, that's still mucky. See, that's probably 17. Too wet. Tomorrow. The guy who planted this did a really good job. This is our biggest field. It's like 25 or 26 acres. And I don't know. I mean, the ground's just as wet, obviously. I haven't cracked the bean open yet. These are going to do really good, I think. I mean, there's a ton of pods on them, and they're tall for the most part. There's some short spots on the rocks, but not too many. I'll walk up here and grab one right here. Ew. Yeah. It cracked open kind of hard, but they don't really crunch either. It's tough. It's tough with beans. With corn, you know, it don't matter. Soon the ground kind of dries off, but you can go. Well, beans, it's like, man. You just wait till you see your neighbors start going again. Well, made it to this field. You think of when we're going to be ready? I think it'll be this one. Just because it's kind of like the lightest soil. and it's up on a hill, big hill. But it's enclosed by trees though. So we'll see, I guess. I'll go out here a little bit farther. Okay, so far that one cracked right open. Okay. Let me go down here a little farther. Okay, yep. These will probably be ready by 4 o'clock or 4:30. If I were to guess. These will probably be ready. I think the ground's definitely drier here too. I mean, it's not dry, but I mean, just sticks right to my boot. I mean, it sticks right to my boot though, so it's good. The head's gonna stick on the ground. It ain't gonna allow it to slide. It's just gonna get down there and stick and just be pushing dirt. So I don't know. I got a decision to make. I think I'll just wait till tomorrow. But I can just go back and get the combine ready. If not, maybe at 4 o'clock I'll come back over here and check it. We'll see. Okay, I got the back open and the side open. There's a couple things here that you gotta do every day before you go, depending on how much you win. First thing, you gotta grease the cylinder. There's a little trap door. I took that off already. There's a little trap door there, and then you gotta find there should be one with a greaser on it. Usually, if I open it up and the greaser's right there, I'll find that off camera. But usually, if I open it up and the greaser's right there, I know it's gonna be a good day picking. And if I open it up and it's not there like that, it's gonna be a bad day. So I don't think I'm gonna pick tonight because it's gonna be a bad day. So I gotta grease the cylinder up, and then there's a big pulley over there that's gotta be greased with it. And then PTO over here, PTO there, and then my favorite thing to say, the wobble box on a bean head there. The wobble box needs to be greased up quite often too. And you know, just do your normal stuff in the back. Change the air filter. Hydraulic oil is good. It's just supposed to be in that first glass, second glass. If it's in the second glass, you know, you're supposed to have the head down. If you have the head up and you do it, you're gonna fill it up in between them two second glasses. Then you put the head down. It's gonna just shoot up out of there, make a mess everywhere. But then check the oil and check the coolant. See how much coolant's in there, and switch the air filter. I'm sure I'm gonna have to jump it. Batteries in it aren't very good. Okay, so I'm just gonna change the air filter and put a little bit of oil in it. Don't need too much, but you could use a little bit. Pretty fucking dirty already. And this is from 15 acres. I mean, holy cow. Wow. I probably could use some new air filters. These ones are getting kind of old. That's next year though. Back over here checking these beans. You know, they dried out a lot since like noon. It's about 5 o'clock now. They dried out quite a bit now. They're really crunchy. Yeah, I'm gonna pick one down here. The pods crack open a lot easier. I'll take a bean. Son of a bitch. Yeah, take a bean. And see how it... almost died. Okay, but you see how that, do you hear how that kind of cracked? So that's probably like perfect almost, if I were to guess. So I don't know if my moisture tester, Grandpa, is back from dialysis yet or not. But I'm gonna rip a pot off down here. And we're gonna see. We're gonna take this back to him. And then I'm gonna go up on that one strip again. See if I see one up there. I'm sure my lighting's bad with the sun right in my face, but guess what? I ain't professional at this, so some time has passed. And hi, little Goofy, little Goofy. Say hi to little Goofy. I should probably give these cats another scoop, even though I already ate them like 4.5 today. They act like they're fucking starving though. Gosh. But I'm just gonna pick them out. It's like 5 o'clock when I was really thinking I could go start picking, but the ground is still a little wet, so I guess I'll let it dry out for the rest of today and a little bit tomorrow morning until the beans are ready, until 10:30 or so, give or take. I don't know how well I'll be able to film picking tomorrow either. Beans is a little bit different than anything I've done so far, because I really got to pay attention, especially on the not rolled stuff. The rolled stuff is alright. You don't get too many rocks. You still got rocks in the head, run them in, but not as much as not roll, obviously. So I'll try to film as much as I can from here to the rest of the harvest, but corn will be a lot better. So just bear with me until corn. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. About 10:30. We had a pretty heavy dew this morning, but I think now, by the time we get the tractor over here and the combine over there, should be alright to go, but we'll see. I got the tractor over there, but in typical Wells Farm fashion, combine, dead. Grain truck, dead. I mean, it's fine, because the beans aren't really ready yet anyways, but really? It's like all the time with batteries. Well, got the truck started. I'm just waiting on the combine to start. By the time we get all over here, we'll be ready to pick. That's alright. Oh, yeah, I'm going. Fucking been charging since like 4 to 11, and it's almost noon now. I'm putting fuel on it, and we can get going. Well, I got my first load. So far, they're doing pretty good, I think. But before it gets too low, I want to go see how many beans I'm splitting, if I need to turn the cylinder speed down or not. Talk and watch here. But there were some beans that were split yet. So there's like a little trapdoor thing there by the cylinder. There's not like a trapdoor, but like an opening. So I opened that up a little more because I thought it was kind of crushing it up a little too much. So I opened that up a little bit, and then I spun my cylinder down a little bit too. So right now it's at 550, which is really low, but the beans are also really dry. They're dry. And they're gonna end up, some of them are gonna end up splitting. Some of them are gonna end up splitting anyways, but I wanna try and limit that as best as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Because when they're splitting, you're taking test weight away from them. And the better test weight you have, the more bushel you have. Right now I'm going about 2.7. It's feeding in pretty good right now, and I'm not losing too much off the head. Fucking dirt. But when it rains, and then it dries out again, the pods get easier to open. So when your reel hits them or the auger hits them, it knocks the pods open easier. So beans is a lot. There's a lot you gotta consider with beans. There's a lot to watch for. You just gotta kind of watch and see how they're feeding. If there's just something that's just a little messed up with how they're feeding, you probably got a clump of dirt on there or a rock. I don't know if you can see how far back I'm leaning, but right here is the back of the seat. This is how you are picking corn. Picking beans, you're way up here looking at the damn head. My back is sore than a son of a bitch at the end of the day. Part of the field got drowned out, so the beans are real short here. There's already a lot of beans on the ground. The pods are already cracking open on them. It seems like that happens when they get drowned out and they're really short like this. It seems like when they get rained on just a couple times, they crack open on their own. So I'm expecting a lot of bean loss here. A lot of green stems here. It's green, but the beans are dry. Oh boy, feel that. The headland's done on that field. God, they're splitting like crazy still. I don't know. I don't want to turn the cylinder speed much lower. But I got the headlands done on that field. And since I'm right here, I'm gonna just unload it because I want to go open them strips up. Well, probably the top strip. I want to open that strip up and start working on that strip. But after I get this done, I'm just gonna find a sprayer track and put one of my snouts there, or whatever you call them, in the sprayer track, and I'll just follow the sprayer track for the angle. So you want to cut beans at an angle. They're supposed to feed in better, and then that way your sickle, or your sections, which are like little square, they're not square, but sharp things there that do the cutting. Them are sections, and if you cut at an angle, they wear evenly instead of if you just cut like in the row, you're gonna not wear very even. So, I don't know, maybe it makes more sense cut in the row, but everybody I know cuts at an angle. A lot of people, they plan at an angle, and then they just pick the field straight. But a lot of people also do that with GPS. I ain't that fancy. I'll just go down and find my first sprayer track that goes across the field and go on that, and then go start opening them strips up. So this field earlier in the year, every time I want to try and start recording, I'm always dragging the dirt. So all the farmers out there, if you don't roll your beans, what are you doing? It's so much nicer with rolled beans. It's not even funny, the difference. Again, the amount of rocks I've had on here already, the amount of dirt I've had on here already, there's a total night and day difference. It ain't even close. But this field had a ton of ragweeds in it. I mean, it was terrible. Roll the clip. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out, but so far it's doing pretty good. I mean, there's beans like crazy in this strip. This strip always seems to do really good with beans. For corn, for some reason with corn, it just is terrible every year. I don't know why. It's like so different. I don't know if there's a root worm problem in here or what the problem is. But beans are always amazing in this strip. I didn't get too far, but it took me a long time. Got like 4 different things going on with that. One, I think my slip clutch is going because the auger barely gets anything in it and it stops. Them things are kind of a pain in the ass, and for some reason, that end of the head is dragging a ton of dirt. But I don't know what's doing it. I tried looking, I didn't see nothing, so I'll have to get it up here and see. And then one of the things I broke last year, I'm all wound up. But there's like a little shield thing, which that ain't hard. You just take that apart and weld it. But I gotta do that now. So I'm gonna take this and dump what I got in here. I gotta have pretty close to a hopper anyways. I gotta be close. But it seemed like all at once, everything just went to hell. I stopped, cleaned some dirt off, and then after that, it's just everything just went to hell. This is the joys of farming, man. All this for fucking $9 beans. well, I just had to tighten up a guard. Well, I don't know, I started picking down here, and then all of a sudden, you know, in the first field I was in, it just starts running like it should. You know, auger's going, obviously that piece on there still broke, so I got to re-weld that, but I'm just going to bat an eye at that for a half hour. And I'm going to just keep picking in this field while I can. Yeah, all of a sudden, I don't know if the beans are just too tough up there or what. But like it's, I don't know. I can't tell. I don't fucking know.